I want to share a surprise that I just stumbled upon. I was cleaning my house and discovered this little treasure. I opened up a bag that was ready to go to Goodwill and went, oh, I have things inside. Found this, a journal. I don't even remember this journal. I opened it up and I only wrote on one page. It's amazing how writing down some words can take you back to a place and time. And I want to share this with you. Caveat, this is not meant to be a political statement about anything that's happening right now. Please, let's not get into debates. I want to share with you a personal story from a friend of mine and have you put yourself in this version of someone's shoes. And that's all, okay? So this is from 2 years ago. I went to visit my friend who was suffering with a reoccurrence of tongue cancer, and she has since passed away, and I really cherish that time with her. I can't believe I only wrote down one page of notes. I'm gonna hold it together, everyone. Okay, so one of the nights we had this amazing talk about what it was like for her, I can hold it together, as a mom giving up her child for adoption. And a lot of the things that she encountered that people said to her that really stung deeply. She recalls a lot of comments that people would say, what kind of person could give up their child? And meaning that in a really negative connotation. That was not a positive statement. And it ended a lot of friendships because for her, that was, a secret that she was carrying. She wasn't scared to share that with people, but a lot of times when you first meet someone, you don't know their whole story. And many times that kind of comment came out. If the topic came up, she would shut down and wouldn't share. Like, I actually gave up a child for adoption. I understand the scenario and circumstances that put her there and why that decision was so selfless for her to give up her child for adoption. I myself was a teen mom, and I had an incredibly supportive family, and I was able to keep my child, and he's 19 years old now and a part of my life, and got to raise him, and that's an amazing blessing, and everyone doesn't have that kind of support network. I was so lucky. And then I want to share with you the little note I have here about the first time she got a pat on the back for it and how much that meant for her. And just think about maybe what your initial gut response is when you hear that someone gave up a child for adoption, and just think about what is that mother going through and that selfless choice that they're making really to give life to another person. She chose to go to a life rally outside of an abortion clinic. And her sign said, I gave a baby up for adoption. This was a silent witness and statement on her part to stand there and hold up that sign. It took a lot of courage because of the whole backstory of things that she had experienced from people that was never received positively, and she never got a pat on the back for it. So I think she was very scared what kind of comments she would get for making such a statement. Me, right here, I gave up a baby for adoption. She was deeply touched. An older man walked up to her, and he said to her, he looked her in the eye and said it very genuinely, and he said, thank you. Thank you so much for your selfless choice. My wife was given up for adoption, and I am so grateful that her mother chose life instead of abortion. She recounts this as being such a critical moment where someone acknowledged that selflessness that she chose. I just wanted to share that with all of you because that was my little surprise gift today. Found this in a bag, completely didn't even remember that I had this journal, and it brought me back to sharing all those memories with my friend and putting myself in her shoes. That wasn't my story, but it's a lot of women's stories, and men too, and to think about the suffering that they go through giving up a child. There's so many people involved. Everyone involved feels something deeply. So I just want to put that out there. If you haven't ever thought about it from that perspective, I feel like I owe that honor to my friend's memory to share this piece of her life that was so important. Okay, have empathy. Thanks, guys.